Okay, I'm doing a budget build. I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's going to somebody I think who really could use a gaming PC. At the moment, they are gaming on an Xbox One S, and I wanted to show them the power of PC Buster Race. And especially going from an older console is going to be night and day difference.
However, he wouldn't actually notice that speed and responsiveness on a standard TV, so I advised him to get a dedicated gaming monitor. Even on a limited budget, the bare minimum should be at least a 24-inch panel, though I think 27-inch is ideal. It needs to be at least 1080p with a refresh rate of 120Hz or higher and a fast response time. Crucially, it must have VRR support. Since he's using an NVIDIA GPU, G-Sync works, but I recommended a FreeSync monitor. That way, if he ever switches to an AMD GPU, the VRR will still be supported.
I think it's best for him to stay on the 1080p monitor, and then once he gets a really beefy GPU and a few upgrades, then there's always time to upgrade to 1440p. So I just want to touch on the components real quickly. You'll see the full build specs below in the description. Ryzen 5 3600. I used to have this in my own rig and I made a video of installing it. So it's still an AM4 CPU, therefore I had to get a motherboard which is AM4. I went for B550. Is a second tier motherboard as far as pricing goes, and within that I think A520 is the one below it as far as pricing, and I went for a Micro-ATX size. But anyway, B550M, the good thing about it is it supports two M.2 drives, so it has two sockets. What I did as well is get a 250 gigabyte M.2 drive, which will serve as the OS drive. I will install Windows on it for him, and then I had a crucial 1 terabyte NVMe SSD as well, which I also used in my old rig, I think, to begin with, and I've upgraded since then. One of the really big deals about this is that I managed to get my hands on a Corsair 5000X PC case, white ARGB case. It features 3 RGB fans pre-installed, the GPU as well. I was aiming to get him an RTX 2060, which would go about 100 pounds, or also in the US it would go about $100 US. But I also got lucky with it. So on the Facebook marketplace I found a 2070 Super, and the guy was willing to give me it for a really reasonable price. Shout out to Rick. Thank you, Rick, and hopefully this will work. I didn't have a chance to test it, but it does look really good, and it's much more powerful than the 2060 I was aiming for. I gave it a bit of a clean with some compressed air and a brush, and then wiped it down, being really careful not to touch anything that would short it or ruin it. The power supply, I wanted to make sure it's 80 plus gold and at least 800 watts, so I went with an 850 watt model. It's from Game Max, so it's not one of the top brands like Corsair. I saw some good reviews on it online. It looks decent. We shall see. Okay, let's install the CPU. Okay, let's turn it. Let's lock it into place. It's snug as a bug in a rug. This time we must remove the bracket and install the one that came with the cooler. With the plastic ones, these plastic I have applied some, but I think we'll need a bit more. Alright, now the fans. Yes. So I'm hoping to have a bit of clearance from the against the RAM. It's alright. Let's install these as well. On this side we can get it flush. Okay. And then pull out this. We need to install the I/O shield. We know that the sound output, the sound port, are going to be on the bottom there. And what do you know? They've got engraved names of all the ports, which even my X570 doesn't have, so that's really cool. Alright, now let's install the I/O shield. And then let's fix these standoffs. Maybe 5.0. Yes, I think that's the one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so time to install the motherboard. I'm looking for that central standoff. Okay, so far we have installed the CPU, the M.2 drives, and the CPU cooler on the motherboard, and the RAM as well. 32 gigs of DDR4 3600 MHz RAM. We've also installed the I/O shield and the motherboard into the case. So next I will add one more fan, which needs to be Corsair in order to be possible to connect it to the rest of the fans. There is a fan hub in the back and a RGB controller as well. So it should be possible to power it through the fan hub and control the RGB, sync the RGB in the RGB controller. And then let's pop the power supply into the case. It's in the off. Okay. What else is holding it? Nothing. Oh yeah, it's this that clips into there on at the bottom. So we'll need to replace these in order to be able to. It's not fully done. Front panel connector. Take out your motherboard manual. System panel header. So one of the labels is not here, but we know it's power LED minus. Which one the grounding? So it's like this. Okay, that's gonna have to go this way, I guess. That's fine. Okay, those all should be perfect. Let's cable manage these little power cables as well. So again, we'll pull up. Some of these okay, we've got everything connected far as I can see. So I'd say that's pretty good cable management. Okay, finally got that in. Again, we need more case. GPU is working one, is a working one in full working condition. The PCIe slot as well. I mean, doesn't interfere with any of the fans, because that would be a big problem if it did. Okay, this time I'm videoing manually. The time has come to find out whether it will post or not, or blow up, or combust. Let's see. I'm scared. Okay, it looks like everything is firing up. Will it post? Display port. Come on. Come on. Yes! Yes! Okay, now. Yes, we are in the BIOS. So. Okay, the PC has posted. So now it's time to set it up. I plugged in one of my old keyboard mouse combos, and it doesn't seem to react to the mouse. Okay, it's what's the point, the problem with this? Oh, it is the wrong way around. So it's plus this side and that side minus. There you go. So OC tweaker, can we enable XMP? XMP profile. Now we've got the RAM up to speed. Yep. So next we'll boot up the Windows 11 installation disk. Yes.
Get a load of him! Man, you seeing this shit? Okay, my boy's a movie star. What? How's that? You're a damn joke.
In-engine 70-80 FPS. Combat tutorial. DLSS is not even active. Let's enable DLSS. Quality. Not much difference there.
I'm all done. Kaita-san, where's our guy going?
On his way towards Pink Street. Crowd's thinning out. Get your ass over here.
Got it.
And make it.
Okay, let's skip a bunch of these. So I've got to go there. So go straight. Sprint.
Okay, he's on to me.
Really?
Just get your...
Let's...
120 FPS in engine, 72% GPU usage. Okay, I can see the difference DLSS makes now. So could even increase the frame rate at this stage to maybe infinite, and then it would give us a bit of like a benchmark.
Suspicious.
No more. So looks similar to the guy. No, I think that would be...
Found it.
This is just the tutorial of the game.
Thought you were
How
never
it's
gonna
gonna
catch
go.
up, man.
Okay, let's skip. So now we got our guy. I think now it's time to stalk him.